Welcome to 𝗕𝗶𝗹 Feeling, where we dive deep into feeling all of the feelings. I'm Jess, and here we explore spiritual growth, personal development, yoga, meditation, and everything that helps you connect with your true self. Join me as we embrace the journey, one feeling at a time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 𝗕𝗶𝗹 Feeling. This is that place where we embrace our feelings, our transformation, connections, and have some fun along the way. It's a brand new year. I hope you had an amazing holiday season and transition into this new year. And get ready for some amazing guests and episodes where we continue to dive into the things that light us up so that we can reclaim, rekindle that illumination from the inside out. So I'm really excited to start off this season, this year, all about finding that illumination within. That illumination that maybe became a little dim, maybe isn't as bright as it once was, or how bright you want it to be. And so this episode is a two-parter. We are going to spend the first part talking about those things that we can use to help reignite that glow and that spark and that shine. So product supplements that I have been loving to really emphasize the natural illumination from within. We're talking supplementation, skincare, all of the things that make me feel good, especially on days when it is a challenge to find that internal light and flame myself. So that is what part one is. Part two is going to be really exploring how we can really bring forth that light, uncover it from within, and open up and let that light shine. So let's get started. So one of the reasons I wanted to start with products that you can use, things that you can invite into your routine that help to create that glow and that illumination, to spark that joy of being in your body, is because there have been periods of my life that I did not feel good in my body. That being in my body did not spark joy and light and excitement. For a really long time, I struggled with acne. And so as a result of not having skin that I felt good about, that translated into not feeling good about being in my body in general. It led to finding ways of hiding. So I would hide behind masks, whether that was makeup, whether that was not being my true self, or shying away from speaking up so that people weren't looking at me. And so because I didn't feel good in my own body and in my own skin, that in and of itself started to dim that light. And I viewed wearing makeup as something that I had to do to hide the blemishes, to hide the things I didn't want people to see, instead of a way of self-expression or something that I enjoy doing. there's such a different energy around doing something for the joy and pleasure of it versus doing something because you feel obligated or because you're afraid of what people will see, of what people will think if you don't do the thing. So for me, really working on my skin, finding products that really take care of my skin, but I wanted it to be natural products. I've really been on a journey to be much more mindful of what I'm putting in and on my body. And so I wanted to be able to have skin that I could wear makeup with because I love to, but that I could roll out of bed, do my skincare, and then just be on my way. And that glow, that illumination that I have is not just because I have glowing skin, but because I feel so good about myself. So there's a wide range of amazing skincare products from this company that I've partnered with that is dermatologically, trying to say that 5 times fast, I can't say it 1 time fast, but it's formulated with a doctor. It's got ingredients that actually work. So there's not stuff in there that's just in there to be in there. And it's the highest quality. It's European grade, which is really, really important because the European standards ban 1,300 different chemicals and things from their beauty and cosmetic and skincare. The US bans 13. So just knowing that it's that standard, that quality, makes me feel so much better about putting it on my face and not worrying. So I'm not going to go over everything because there's a lot to choose from, which is fantastic because depending on what your skincare needs are, there is something for you. And I actually mix and match. But I am going to highlight my favorite, the end all be all magical elixir that, it's called the Absolute Elixir. It's fantastic. It is natural oils. It helps with dryness, dullness. For me, I have found that a moisturizer tends to be too heavy on my skin. But if I don't put something on, then my skin dries out. So I was in this weird paradox. This elixir solved that problem for me. I put it on, my skin absorbs it, it feels amazing. If I go about my day, perfect. If I'm gonna put makeup on, there's not this barrier of oiliness. So my skin, my pores never feel clogged. And I use it in my hair and on my scalp as well. So I'll use it as a scalp treatment with my hair to help with just the frizz and split ends and just to have an overall healthy scalp and hair. So this one product, it does so many amazing things and I absolutely love it. That is my number one go-to when it comes to what I feel like has really transformed how my skin not just feels, but how it looks. So how it feels to me, but then when I look in the mirror at myself and see what my skin looks like, it's because of this elixir. So hands down, my number one go-to. I love it. I'm going to put in the description, like in the description of the video, I will have the products, I will have the ingredients. I really just want to highlight the different things that I'm using physically, and then dive deep into the ingredients and things like that in the description. You are always more than welcome to DM me if you've got questions. But yes, so the Absolute Super Elixir is my #1 go-to skincare product. So I have talked about this before, but I am a really big fan of habit stacking, of taking something that you're already doing that you want to continue to do and inviting in that new habit, that new action that you want to incorporate into your life. So that could be, I already go for a walk every single morning, and one of the things that I want to invite in is more educational or inspirational content that I'm consuming. So one way that I could do that would be to listen to an educational or inspirational podcast while I'm going on my walk, because that walk is something that I've already instilled, it's something I'm already doing, and now I'm just stacking another habit with it. So I am a big fan of that, and I do it with my supplementation because I want to get the most out of my supplementation without having to do all of the things or feel like I'm constantly consuming. And so for me, I have 2 routines that I implement: a morning routine and an afternoon routine that involves my supplementation. So in the morning, on an empty stomach, I do aloe, and it's probably 2 tablespoons of aloe juice, and then I do the rest of the glass of hydrogen water, so I'm maximizing my hydration and getting more water into my body. So I drink that, and when I drink that, I also take spirulina tablets. So this is twofold. Aloe, amazing for inflammation, bloating, your gut health. It helps with detoxification, and so does spirulina. So spirulina is great to help detox the body and invite in those minerals that we're missing. So I get to do that together and stack those habits right away. So it's at the point I don't even think about it anymore. Like I wake up and that's the first thing that I do. And while I'm taking that, I'm making the water for my coffee. And this part of my routine may change depending on the season, because right now I'm in winter and a colder season, so I really like the hot coffee. Come summertime, I may want to transition that to iced coffee, which the beautiful thing about the way these habits are stacked and how they work, I can do that. Because the coffee that I drink it's an instant coffee with chicory. And chicory is another fantastic supplement for your gut health. So I'm stacking things that are supporting my gut, because I know that if I have a gut that is optimal, that is operating at its best, all other aspects of my life begin to become more optimal, right? I feel better physically, and because I feel better physically, I'm making better choices with what I'm eating. I'm making better choices around movement and exercise because I actually feel good and want to do that. So it's this snowball effect that's happening. And it's such a simple swap if you are a coffee drinker. And I love that it's it's the instant coffee and chicory. So I can choose how much I'm consuming, how many cups that I want to drink, how intense of a flavor, how much caffeine I want. I have more control over it than if I went to my local coffee shop. And I'm getting the benefits of it. So that is my morning routine that like sets up my day. The great thing about the chicory coffee as well is how it has curbed my desire to snack. I am a big food person. Food is my go-to for any emotion that I am having or feeling. Celebration, overwhelm, boredom, name an emotion, I can probably attach food to it. But eliminating some of the physical reactions. So because I associate my emotions and food, they go so closely together. My body will react physically when it's not getting what it thinks it wants, which is not always the case. So like that rumbling in your stomach, if you're not actually hungry, but your body is like, but this is the time that we get up and look in the fridge because we don't want to do the thing we know we need to do. Or it's just that time of day, like I'm not really hungry, but I know this is when we eat, so I'm going to send those signals and cues. The chicory coffee has helped to eliminate a lot of that confusion of feeling hungry when I'm not actually hungry. Like it's cut out this desire for cravings. And so because of that, I don't have the mindless eating that I am susceptible to. So game changer for me. Love that. And then in the afternoon, I have created this glow drink. And once again, it's habit stacking. So this glow drink is like 3 or 4 different things in it so that I'm getting the benefits. So I either do electrolytes or I do vitamin C, just depending on what I have and or how I'm feeling. So if I feel like maybe like something's going around, or I'm feeling like maybe I'm a little more run down, then I'll probably do the vitamin C versus the electrolytes. But either way, I do one of those. I do what we call recharge, which is the natural caffeine and energy without the crash. So for me, doing this in the afternoon is perfect. You could also use it as like a pre-workout without the jitters. Lately it has been kind of a simultaneous thing because my workouts have been later in the afternoon. But the natural energy, because I also have a tendency to have that mid-afternoon lull and slump of like getting back into it. And so this really helps kind of bring it back together for round 2 of the day. The L-carnitine, which supports metabolism and fat burning. Hydro drops, which is hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. So once again, I want to maximize my hydration. I want to maximize my intake so that my cells are hydrated. And then the beauty collagen shot, which hair, skin, nails, joints, we start to lose collagen, I think in our 20s. Either way, I'm well past the point where I have started to lose collagen. So I am adding that in because I was going to say I I don't want. And also I won't, because that's a personal choice for me, do fillers or Botox or anything like that. Like, I have no desire to do any of that, but just because I don't have a desire or am not going to do any of that doesn't mean that I don't want smooth, radiant skin. So, hello collagen, here we go. So, all of that, and then topped it off with more hydrogen water because, once again, cellular hydration is where it's at. And then I will usually also add some more aloe to that as well, just because I want my gut to feel great. So just, another tablespoon or two of the aloe. So that is my afternoon, and I'm getting all of these benefits in one drink. So I don't feel like I'm constantly consuming one thing or another, or, just constantly putting supplements in. Like, I dump it all into a glass, top it off with water, and that's my afternoon drink. And then I go back to drinking water throughout the rest of the day. So that is how I stack and invite in the supplements that have really helped with the internal glow, and that when I'm feeling my best internally, how that radiates out. Not just in my demeanor and how I go about my day, but how I'm physically feeling, which is translated into how I'm showing up. It's in the choices that I'm making. Because if we're honest, most of the time we're doing things that we might not want to be doing all of the time, but we know we need to do them. Like, I do not want to go for my walk every single morning. I do not want to do movement every single day. Even though I know I feel so much better when I do those things, there's the part of my brain that's like, I just really don't want to today. So if I can invite in things that help counteract that voice of like, I don't really want to, and because I don't really want to, and I'm not feeling great, I'm kind of bloated this morning, I'm just kind of, I'll just skip it today. Well, if all the voice has to latch onto is, I don't really want to do it, but I feel great, I don't have bloating, like everything's moving like it should, the gut feels good. If I have all of these things stacked against that voice, then there's really nothing for it to latch onto other than like, I don't really want to do it. But I know if I do, I'm going to feel so much better. So for me, it's all about stacking things in my favor, which is what we love. So morning, afternoon, those are my go-to drink stacks, we'll say, that invite in all of that nutrition and supplementation that I want to be adding into my body and into my daily routine. So the last supplement that I want to highlight in this episode, and I could talk about all of the different lines, the skincare, the makeup, the nutrition, the hair, like all of it's fantastic, and everything I've tried I've really loved, but I just want to highlight some specific ones. So the last one I want to highlight is the Radiant Mind, because once again, for me, it's all about finding optimization and knowing where my pitfalls could be and how do I prepare myself, how do I set myself up to move through those potential pitfalls. So in addition to those afternoon slumps that I tend to find myself in, The lack of focus, clarity, brain fog that I experience, and it's not all of the time, but it can really derail what I want to do and what I have planned because I don't have the focus. It's like my brain is in a million different places and then doesn't even know where to start. So the Radiant Mind helps bring all of that back into focus in a way that doesn't leave me feeling overstimulated or like I've pumped a bunch of stuff into me. Like it's a very natural feeling of I just feel more focused. I took the camera, instead of taking the wide angle view of things and seeing everything, it's brought things into a central focal point. And so I don't use the Radiant Mind every single day, although you absolutely could. For me, I love to use it when I have a specific thing and focus that I really want that undivided attention to be spot on for. And it is another game changer. So I do know people that use it every day because it does give them that focus and that clarity that just really allows the day to move seamlessly from one project to the next. But you also don't have to. So that's the beauty of this one for me, is that I can pick and choose when it feels good to use this one and I get the benefits. It's not like I need to continuously use it in order to build into that benefit. So that is a very brief rundown on what I am really loving right now and what is moving me into that next level of myself and really allowing that internal glow and illumination to come forward. So the last thing that I want to touch on is this idea of multiple streams of income. Because if you are like me, you have been, maybe you currently are, dealing with or dealt with financial issues. And maybe it's overspending. I've been there. And I'm dealing with the ramifications of having been in that space. Maybe it's unexpected bills that pop up. Maybe it's wanting to do, see, explore things that you just aren't able to because of where your current income is. So you're not in a bad place, but you're not in a great place. So you aren't leading the life that you really want to lead and enjoy. There's a lot of different reasons. My biggest reason for having multiple streams of income, and when I say multiple streams of income, I'm not talking that these multiple streams of income are generating the same amount of money or the same amount of income, but it's not having all of your eggs in one basket. Because if something happens to that basket, through your choice, through somebody else's choice, there goes all of your income, which creates so much stress, creates so much unease within the body. But if you have other ways to bring in money, it might not be what your main source of income is. And if something happens to that basket, yes, you're going to want to replace that basket, but you don't have the burden and undue stress that you would have if that was your only source. So I have been part of a network marketing company in the industry for almost 10 years now, in one form or another. And I love this industry because it can do whatever you want it to do. It can replace your entire main source of income if that's what you want it to do. But it can also just provide extra money so that you can have date night more often, so that you can buy organic food at the grocery store instead of whatever is on sale. When I first started in the industry, I started for the products. The income that I made from that paid for my products. And I was ecstatic with that, because that meant that wasn't money out of my pocket, and I still got the products that I was looking for and that I was going to buy anyways. There are so many opportunities with this, and all of the products that I talked about today are part of the company that I am partnered with now. And there are so many ways to earn within this company, and I will say this, it is the most generous compensation plan that I have ever seen in a network marketing company. So whether you are looking to draw in a larger income, to just supplement the income you've got, to get paid for talking about products that you already love so that you can continue to buy them and not with your money. I mean, there's the options are endless, and I would love to talk to you more if that is something that you want to invite into 2025. I feel like everybody should have multiple sources of income, whether that is your main 9-to-5 job, a network marketing company that you dabble with as a side hustle, or if you want to turn that into your main thing, investments. There is so much out there that can be generating some form of income so that all of your eggs are not in one basket. So that is what I love. I love everything about this company, the products, the compensation. It's all amazing, and I would love to share that with you. So you can message me on Instagram. Like I said, I will put everything in the description with links so that you can get a even more detailed description of what I'm talking about, so you can see all of the other stuff that we offer, because everybody needs and wants something a little bit different. So whatever that looks like for you, there are options. And I would love to invite you in to this world, to this space, either as a customer, or if you want to partner up and be part of an amazing, heart-centered team, I would love to have you as part of that as well. So until next time, keep feeling it all and let your inner light shine.
Thanks for tuning into 𝗕𝗶𝗄 Feeling. If you loved this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with someone you think will love it too. I'll see you next time as we keep exploring all of the feels. But until then, stay connected to your heart and keep feeling it all.